We are your local election headquarters, and to get you ready for the polls, we are interviewing candidates all month on our noon show. Today, we bring Clarke Tucker into the studio. He is campaigning to represent Arkansas in the 2nd Congressional District, running against incumbent French Hill. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And we appreciate you. I know it is a very, very busy week. We are now 1 week and 1 day away from Election Day.
It's hard to believe.
Hard to believe. You are currently House of Representatives. Why did you want to run for the 2nd District?
Well, really a couple things. One is I believe that every American should have access to quality, affordable health care. That's been an issue I've worked on very hard in the legislature, and we've seen it obviously come up in Congress repeatedly. They took a vote last year that would have dismantled the bipartisan innovative Medicaid expansion program that we've had here, and also removed protections for people with pre-existing conditions. And I think regardless whether you have a pre-existing condition or how much money you make, you have to have access to quality, affordable health care. And then the other issue is just the state of our country, where we are right now. I feel like we need leaders who bring us together.
What would you want to happen if you were elected to this position? What would be the first thing you would want to do?
Yeah, again, health care is what I would focus on the most. When I go around the district campaigning, I do consistently hear about health care, quality education opportunities for our kids, better paying jobs, and just keeping our families safe. Those are the issues that I consistently hear about from voters, and those are the issues that I would work on.
We've talked with every candidate thus far about this. We are in a very polarizing time where people seem very divided. You have families that aren't speaking to each other, neighbors that aren't speaking to each other, and it's almost becoming, to some people, you're defined by who you vote for.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, and how would we ever get away from that?
Yeah, I feel we're as polarized right now as we have been at any point in my lifetime. And it's really bad for the country, and we've seen that reflected in the last several days, tragically in violent ways. And I think it's up to our leaders to make sure that we bring us back together as a people. And regrettably, we've seen Congressman Hill in this campaign. He has a TV ad up right now that suggests that if I'm elected, that it will unleash chaos in Washington, D.C. and a liberal mob. And his commercial before that was about an immigrant gang called MS-13, which of course I don't support. But he also made some gangsters the face of the immigrant community, which is also very divisive. And I think that's regrettably indicative of the campaign that he's running. I've tried to model a different kind of campaign where we put our country over our party and our common humanity right at the center of it. And I have tried to focus on people and run a race that brings us together and focuses on people. So that's the kind of leadership that I think we need from our elected officials, and hopefully the kind of leadership I would bring if I'm elected.
What does the next week look like for you leading up until Election Day?
Yeah, it's crazy. So there are 7 counties in the 2nd District. We'll be in all 7 counties constantly over the next 8 days. I am going to go to the memorial service tonight at Temple B'nai Israel, and obviously a very sad and solemn occasion. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday, so I'm going to try to I asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and she said, I want you to win this election. So do whatever you need to do to win, but I am going to try to take an hour off and have dinner with her tomorrow night. But all in all, you know, I actually enjoy. Some of the times the campaign workers tell you not to do it, but I enjoy going out in the mornings and holding up signs and waving at people on their way to work, and I'll continue to do that through Election Day. But we'll be all over the place for the next 8 days.
Clarke Tucker, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. He is running against incumbent French Hill. We interviewed French Hill last week on our show, and for all of these interviews and the latest election coverage leading up to Election Day, go to our website. Coming up, Attorney General Leslie Rutledge is in studio. She's campaigning to keep her place as the state's Attorney General. We will speak with her as we continue our midterm election coverage after this.